The caterwauling from the left is not about the loss of HIV programs in Africa. That is not what this is about. It is about the fact that the plaything of the permanent Democratic Party, the administrative bureaucracy they built and have lavished with trillions of dollars over the course of decades, is now being redone by the Trump administration, and they are freaking out about it. And I gotta tell you, when some of the worst people freak out about a thing, I tend to like the thing. So for example, Representative Ilhan Omar, she was out there yesterday complaining about the cuts to USAID. And all I can say is if Ilhan Omar is against it, I'm for it.
A billionaire that hasn't been vetted, has not gone through confirmation, has not been elected by the American people, who we still do not understand what in the world he's doing, should not be telling American employees that they cannot access the building they work at. What kind of country is this man turning our country into? What kind of country are we becoming? It is embarrassing to read the headlines about free America, where one man is walking around like he is the boss of all of us, and we don't know who put him in charge.
Well, you know who put Donald Trump in charge of the executive branch of the government? We had an election, and Trump won. And now a bunch of people who work for Trump are doing the things that Trump wants them to do inside the executive branch of government. You know who USAID does not actually work for? Is Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar is part of the legislative branch. That legislative branch approves budgets. And then when it comes to the actual spending on these particular projects, that happens in the executive branch, where the president and secretary of state have enormous authority because Marco Rubio was confirmed and Donald Trump was elected. Ripping on Elon for being Trump's hatchet man is just a way of avoiding the reality, which is you lost the election. You lost. And the reason you're really angry is not, of course, because Donald Trump is making cuts to USAID. What you're really angry about is that the thing you guys have counted on forever, an endless funnel, fire hose, gushing, dam-breaking river of money is now being stopped from going to your friends while you're out of power. That's why you're really, really angry. Democratic Representative Johnny Olszewski of Maryland, he's trying to make the claim. It's hilarious. They know that most Americans don't actually want to spend the money that USAID is talking about spending, and they don't like these projects. So what is he saying? He's saying, well, actually, if they come after USAID, what will they come after next? They're going to come after your freedom. I'm going to need a logic here that connects cuts to USAID to, quote unquote, your freedoms.
We will do all that we can in Congress, but we need you, America, to listen and to act, because today it's USAID. Tomorrow it's our health care, it's Social Security, it's our livelihoods, it's our freedoms. So stand up for USAID today, so that we can stand up for all of our freedoms in the days ahead.
Okay, first of all, I do love the fact that Democrats label Social Security a freedom when it is actually an entitlement. Second of all, Donald Trump is not touching entitlements. He has said this over and over and over again. In fact, he's trying to save money abroad so he can spend the money at home. Chuck Schumer had, I think, the funniest take. He's like, oh no, what if they shut down the IRS? I don't know. What if they shut down the IRS, Chuck? I mean, obviously, the American people do love the IRS. If there's one agency of the American government that the people just adore, it is the Internal Revenue Service that audits their restaurant receipts.
We also know this is just the beginning. If DOGE attacks USAID today, then you can be sure they'll move on to another target tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the Postal Service or the IRS or even the Social Security Administration. They could be next. Or maybe our national security agencies.
Not ours, not the IRS. No, that would be terrible. Listen more on this in a moment. First, I used to think restless nights were just a part of life, tossing, turning, waking up with that sore back. You know, that's what sleep was. And then I discovered the magic of Helix Sleep. It has changed the game. So here's the thing about Helix Sleep. Because it was made just for me, my mattress, that means that it operates the way I need it to. What makes Helix different is they're not just selling you that random mattress. You're not going to a big box store, lying on the mattress for 10 seconds, and then your wife asks you, like, how does it feel? You're like, oh, it's totally fine. Then you buy it, and 8 years later, you still have the back pain. Instead, Helix matches you with a perfect mattress for your body and sleep style. Whether you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, or somewhere in between, they've got you covered. And trust me, when you find the right match, you'll wonder how you ever slept on anything else. Right now is the perfect time to upgrade your sleep because Helix is offering an incredible President's Day early access deal. Go to helixsleep.com/Ben, get 20% off site-wide, plus 2 free Dream pillows with any mattress purchase. That's helixsleep.com/Ben for 20% off site-wide, plus 2 free Dream pillows with any mattress purchase. helixsleep.com/Ben. Again, helixsleep.com/Ben for 20% off site-wide, plus 2 free Dream pillows with any mattress purchase. Meanwhile, Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut, I do love when Democrats scream and cry about constitutional crises after they literally located all power in the executive branch and cheered as Joe Biden violated the Constitution repeatedly. Now they're very upset about the Constitution.
So we will use every power that we have in our disposal in the United States Senate. My colleagues will do the same thing in the House. This is a constitutional crisis that we are in today. Let's call it what it is. The people get to decide how we defend the United States of America. The people get to decide how their taxpayer money is spent. Elon Musk does not get to decide.
Again, Elon Musk works for, wait for it, the President of the United States who was elected. He was elected. And he actually has pretty significant plenary power over the defense of the United States. That is one of the things that is most located inside the executive branch. Chris Murphy. Meanwhile, Senator Andy Kim of New Jersey doing the same routine. So outraged. He's saying, I wanted to get in the USAID building, and I couldn't. They wouldn't let me in. Well, I have a question. Do you work for the executive branch? Because I noticed that you are a senator.
I certainly hope Congress takes action because what is happening here is illegal. It is unacceptable to have a president try through executive power be able to reorganize or remove USAID. The fact that these employees are being demonized, the fact that they're being called, it's a criminal organization from Elon Musk, the fact that they're being told not to show up, that the federal aid is being frozen. It's just such disrespect. They deserve better. They are public servants. They swear an oath to serve this country. And right now they are being treated as if they're the criminals.
Well, they actually work inside the executive branch. If your boss doesn't want you there, you don't work there anymore. The real reason for this, the gravy train has stopped flowing. Now, meanwhile, hilariously, the federal government, as we know, put out a notice, an email to federal employees, millions of federal employees, saying to them, listen, if you want to come into work, you want to work for the president's agenda, you want to be a member of the executive branch, great. We'd love to have you. If not, here's a buyout offer that pays you until September. Apparently, according to Axios, about 20,000 federal workers have taken the buyout offer. That is about 1% of the federal workforce. The White House is targeting 5 to 10%. The offer is open through Thursday. So it could rise, despite the unions attempting to sort of cudgel everybody to stay. The official, according to Axios, says, quote, we expect more to come. If you see what's happening at USAID, it's just one piece of the puzzle. In other words, many of these people are going to lose their jobs anyway, so either take the buyout or you may find yourself on the breadline regardless. The buyout offer entitles federal employees to stop working immediately and continue to be paid through September 30th. The federal workforce's normal attrition rate is about 6% a year, so perhaps some of those people were meaning to leave anyway. But again, people are quitting because they are seeing that the cuts are coming with the chainsaw. Are you tired of the lies and the twist of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.